In this episode, there were some technical issues which were discovered after the recording was complete. After some deliberation, we have decided the recording was too captivating to not share, despite the technical issues. Sit back and enjoy the hyper-turbo wisdom delivered from this week's guest.
How bought into this process you are, it's like for me, and as like, you know, entrepreneurs and business owners looking to like use that service, it's like, I get why people are buying into this. And obviously the results speak for themselves. And, you know, our upcoming, you know, venture and project that we won't talk about, but I'm pumped for is like why I'm feeling even better about sort of this conversation and stuff we're talking about, because I have I just have a good understanding of that process, where before I'm like, dude, Siri's listening to me and I'm Googling shit, and that's how I'm buying new shoes and baseball bats and all. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
and that works too.
True.
Meanwhile,
it's not
baseball
not
bats.
it's not
We could find you. I bet, Travis. I bet we could find you
Please
on
don't.
like a sports medicine on a sports
I could tell
medicine
you what he's
campaign
searching,
in the
but
area.
This is a PG
Yeah, see,
podcast.
that's the thing, Doc. We don't care. All we need to know is that this person is active lifestyle, lives in a certain radius,
So crazy.
and buys this stuff. Like, we don't care what you do online. How do you guys like your wings?
Oh, they got to be
We
crispy.
couldn't be polar opposite from this, by the way.
Well, I know wings. He may know barbecue, but I know wings. This dude eats a drum. He's holding on to the fat piece. He's not holding on to the part that God created, the handle, the small end of the drum. He's holding on to the big part, and he's putting the bone end into his mouth. Yeah.
Ergonomically, it makes sense.
No, ergonomically, it doesn't make any sense. The part that has all the meat on it is the big fat end. You hold on to the drumstick part.
I can confirm.
It's like a handle, like you said.
It's a handle.
Listen, I can confirm with the amount.
I can confirm you're the only individual on planet Earth that eats
the amount of
a
wings
drum.
that this guy eats. Okay, I can just tell you right now, his accountant in the IRS think that without looking at him, he's like Jabba the Hutt or something. They're like, I don't understand when this guy goes out for business meetings. He eats more chicken wings than anyone I've ever met in my whole life.
Do you have a target, like, clientele in mind for you? Like, is there like, all right, once we get to this many clients, something's going to have to give, whether it's the quality of service we give, or we're going to have to hire more people? And are you okay with just settling in at that target?
So that's a really good question. And I wish I could answer it by saying I'm very intentional and I know all of our KPIs and our targets, but unfortunately, Doc, I don't. What I do know is that I'm going to be like, my own bandwidth is going to be tested. And then it's like, it will have to be a decision made. I'm not there yet. I almost got there one time, but then I implemented different systems and processes to kind of streamline it. And a lot of the things that I thought I needed to do, I didn't.
Yeah, no, that's how I am in personal and professional relationships. Is if you force it, it's not genuine, it's not authentic, and it's probably not going to work. And it may work for a very short period of time, but it's not going to be sustainable. So for me, it's got to feel good intuitively, organically. It needs to make sense. There needs to be a relationship. There needs to be trust. There needs to be a full understanding of, like, all right, these are the services that we're providing. These are the expectations, and whether or not those expectations are met are partly on us and partly on, for this relationship, you. But I think one of the big things too with any relationship is just communication. So the next question I have for you is like, all right, you're in a project with a client and you're, say, 3 months in. Things aren't going as planned. Is this the time to pull the ripcord? Is this the time to rally the troops? Is this the time to just regroup and say, hey, here was our strategy? Is there a way to diagnose where the foul up happened? Was it the phones weren't being answered?
Sure.
What's your strategy there for just ensuring success for your clients?
Yeah. So first and foremost, it's not going to be 3 months before we have this conversation.
Well, I tell you what I want to do. I want to get you up here so you can see it firsthand.
100%.
Instead of just
I would love it.
through photos or videos or websites. And I think it's always fun to sit with energetic people, entrepreneurial people, brainstorm, whiteboard, come down here to the wine cellar, and
treehouse.
we turn the cameras off, we shut the door, and it becomes like what happens in here stays in here. So
I don't know if I
Man,
like
it's
that,
it's
to be honest with you.
exclusive club. A little intimidating, but I'm into it.
Jay,
I'm like,
I'm out on that. Put that there. That's not.
we have a 5-gallon drum of wing sauce over there, and what happens here, or have some wine.
and they're all all the wings are drums too, by the way.
Yeah, hold on. Molli party TM. Just that's a new thing now.
There it is. There it is. That's the fluxing room over there. We don't need to know what goes on over there.